Hi everybody, it's Ken Varga again. I'll tell you, as I mentioned to you when we did the last webinar, at 74, this is really exciting to me. And I want to share all this with you because uh, 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 it's just something here that is the name of the game in our industry is prospecting. Without prospects, we get nowhere because we don't have individuals to sell to. So I'm going to be showing you in this webinar how to turn 62% of the people in your LinkedIn groups into prospects for your business. And as you know, then I stress this all the time. Every time you've heard me say something, it's all about building relationships. So the prospects come in. Now it's up to you to build those relationships. And those of you who are in my coaching program that are on this webinar, could really understand exactly what I'm talking about because I give you many, many ways and show you many ways to build relationships with people, because when you build a relationship with an individual, that leads to trust, and everything works out good from there. John, I got a poll in progress. Can you see it on here? What is that?
Yeah, this is just a quick poll to everybody on the call, just to ask if people have ever used LinkedIn successfully before to generate paying clients. So it'd be interesting to see out of the participants on the call, had they used it successfully or not. And
how do I give this, John?
So right about now, if you just click yes, that'll remove your poll. By clicking yes or no.
Yes, it's not taking it.
Okay. I'm going to be closing out the poll. It looks like most of the people have voted on it. And looks like, Ken, just for your information, about 33% of people have said that they've successfully used LinkedIn to generate paying clients, and about 67% have said no. So we've closed that poll out. So thanks everybody for voting on that, and yep, we're going to go back to the presentation. So just wanted to put some feelers out for you to see, before we got started, of who's used it and who hasn't. All right.
I want everybody to make sure that they have a pad and pen handy so you can take notes. Now at the end, sometime within the next week, you're going to get a link for the recording of this webinar. So you don't want to really take extensive notes and try to scribble your notes. You'll always get the recording, and you'll be able to review it over and over again. And that is pretty cool. But I also want you to hold your questions off till the end, and this way we'll be able to answer all your questions. But let's get started now. All right. This is a little bit of a biography about me. When you get the recording, you could pause it and go over it. I kind of feel very uncomfortable talking about myself and, patting myself on the back. So this is just a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know me, or you can go on to LinkedIn and get the watch my profile. Why do people use LinkedIn? For 4 reasons. They maintain professional identity, make useful contacts, search for opportunities, and they stay in touch. I don't know if all of you know, but 4 out of 5 LinkedIn members drive the business decisions that are made in their business. And those business decisions could be whether or not to purchase your products. All right? But 39% of the members of LinkedIn are senior level executives and above, which is very, very exciting. So these statistics that I'm showing you are really relevant. 28% of the members, by the way, are responsible for managing their budgets. So that's critical to find out who those individuals are and then to try to build a relationship with them. But LinkedIn members are active, influential professionals in a business frame of mind. They use LinkedIn to learn about new products and services. They keep up with industry trends, research companies, network with peers, and they conduct business via LinkedIn. All right? But LinkedIn reaches a very unique audience. 83% of the users do not visit Pinterest. That's an interesting statistic. So if you're on Pinterest, understand that 83% of those individuals on LinkedIn don't go to Pinterest. 59% of LinkedIn users don't go and visit Google. 58% of LinkedIn do not visit Twitter. 13% of LinkedIn users don't visit Facebook. These are very important statistics here, and this just shows you how LinkedIn reaches a very unique audience. But LinkedIn is a powerful network with over 400 million professionals who are also, and this is critical, consumers. This is the buying power index. Recent studies show that LinkedIn members have the highest buying power compared to other social networks. This is an important statistic. But communicating in LinkedIn, understanding your connections and effect on your ability to communicate in LinkedIn. You've got 3 different degrees of individuals. You've got your first degree, who are people that you're directly connected to because you've accepted their invitation to connect, or they've accepted your invitation. And you can contact them by sending a message on LinkedIn. The whole strategy I'm going to show you is based on getting their personal email and phone number. And that's how we're going to be doing this, so that they're on your first level and you got their personal email and phone number so that you could continually communicate with them on their personal email. And again, it's all about building those relationships. You've got second degree people who are connected to your first degree connections. And you can send them an invitation by clicking on connect or contact them through an email. Then lastly, you've got the third degree people. They're connected to your second degree connections. If their full first and last names are displayed, if you are connected by a LinkedIn group affiliation, you can then send them an invitation by clicking connect. If only the first letter of their last name is displayed, clicking connect is not an option, but you can still contact them through an email. In-mail, they call it, rather. So anyway, but there's key strategies that I'm going to show you to help convert LinkedIn connections into prospects. All right, you want to optimize, number one, your LinkedIn profile. The key areas you want to look at is the headline, summary, contact info, experience, and job description. By the way, you're going to be getting my personal email, and if you have any questions in any of these areas or difficulty in creating your profile like I'm showing you, all right, then what you want to do is send me an email and we'll arrange a phone call, and I'll be glad to help you with that. But you want to build your first level connections. You want to join LinkedIn groups where your prospects are. I got to stress that enough. You want to belong to groups where your prospects are. And another sideline is you want to create your own LinkedIn group. I stress that immensely to individuals that are in my coaching program. But you want to keep your profile alive and engaging. So this is how to join LinkedIn groups. All right? You click on interest and groups. I've circled it where it is right there. All right? So to the left of the search bar, click on a down arrow and click on groups. All right? Do you see the search bar up there? All right? Here's the down arrow right here. And then you click on groups. All right? Now, let's say small business owners are your groups. You type in small business owners, and you now hit the blue magnifying glass thing in the search bar. So you type in a keyword representing the groups for your target prospects, who will be your client and customer base, who would likely be members. and then again, like I said, you click on the blue thing. Now it lists all the members. Lately, all you need to do was to click on join, and you would be able to join those groups. But for some odd reason, LinkedIn currently is having some difficulties. So I'm suggesting to everybody just to click on the groups and then click on ask to join. All right, so you click on the name of the group you wish to join. And let's say in this particular situation, it was Mastermind Group for Small Business Owners. And then you click on ask to join. I've circled that on the right-hand side. All right? And then within a day or two, you should be approved in the group. But how do you choose a LinkedIn groups? Groups should have people who will be your clients or power partners. Like if you're going to use the individuals as a third-party influencer, you want to have power partners who would refer clients to you. Now, how do you determine ideal groups to join? Here's some categories. I normally choose groups that have 15 or more new members every day. I choose groups that have at least 10,000 new members. I normally choose groups that are marked active or very active. And I also choose groups that have a lot of activity and engagement. In other words, there's new posts every day. But connecting with members in your groups, how do you do that? You know, I'm going to show you how to send a connection request on LinkedIn. So you create a list of common first names. If you want, just send me an email at kenpbg@aol.com, and you won't have to reinvent the wheel. I'll send you the list of common first names that I have. All right, I just copied it down below here. All right, so there's my email, and I'll forward you my list. All right, so now what you want to do is sending a connection request in LinkedIn. You want to go to interest and groups, like I just showed you here. Go to groups, and then you click on my groups on the top left, and now it's going to list the groups that you belong to. In my situation, these three are groups that I created, and then these other groups are groups I belong to. So now you're going to click on, let's say, the CXO one. So now that's the target group that you want to send the message to. Now what you want to do is type in keywords. You could type the names in you have in either keywords or first name. Either place you could type in the first name. Now you want to click on group members. Then you want to click on the group that you're working on the right-hand side. Now you're going to click on the search bar on the bottom left. All right? Now this is going to show all the Johns that are in this group. So you're going to start with the ones that say connect. Okay, so you're going to select the first ones that are your second level connection. So you're going to click on John Folis is there. So now you're going to click on the connect, you're going to click on his name and then click on the connect button. All right? Now when you click on the connect button, it's going to say invite John to join you. Okay, some individuals don't want to get messages. All right, so all we do is just simply type in the name of the group, and I type in, I'd like you to add me to my personal group, and that, you know, it works that way to make it all happen. All right. Okay, so if this happens where you got to do this here, then just go to the next second level person who happens to be John Maloff. Now you click on a connect button, and this is what's going to show up. You're going to click in the friend button, all right, and then you're going to type in the message. It's going to be a message you're going to replace with the generic message, all right? The generic message you don't want to send because everybody is doing it. You want to create your own message, and here it says, as a fellow member of the name of the group, I'd like to accept my request to connect. And now just put your first name and last name. Now, you could add more onto it. You could add on, in some of my messages, I add on a simple message of, please look at my profile, and when you do, you can see how I could be a valuable asset to you. And then you click on send the invitation. All right, so the other way you could do it, sending a connection request on LinkedIn, is once the person has accepted your connection request, you're going to receive a notification from LinkedIn in your email. Every day, all right, every day when you do these connection messages, every day you're going to receive an email from LinkedIn that's going to say, see John's connections, see Mary's connections, etc. So the first thing you're going to do is click on View Profile. All right? You want to go to your email, messages, see Mark's connections. All right? And then you're going to click on the profile, View Profile. All right? Now what you're going to do is underneath the 387, it says Contact Info. Some groups have contact data. So what you do is when you click on that, data info, it's going to give you Mark's email and phone number. I blocked it off on the bottom. But now you take that information and you put it in your prospecting CRM software program so that at a click of a button you could consistently follow up over a period of time. So now that you've put it in your thing, here's the message that I created, all right, for an individual when they've accepted my connection message. I just simply have, hi Mark, thank you for accepting me into your network. On LinkedIn, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I can refer them to you. My personal email is, and you want to type your personal email in. Then you type in, have a great day, and you type your name and your phone number on the bottom. Now I'll give you a minute to copy down this message. And again, you're going to get a copy of the recording. So all you need to do is to pause it at this stage and copy it in greater detail. Okay, let's move on now. All right, you're going to click on send a message and always put in the subject line, LinkedIn is recently changing. Some of you still have, when you send a message, a subject line. If you have a subject line, you always put in from your name. So it'll be from Ken Varga, from Harry Johnson, from John Smith, etc. in a subject line. If you don't have a subject line, you're just going to type in hi Mark in the message. Okay, there you go on a subject line. Then you want to right-click and paste the message. Okay, if you want a copy of this again, just let me know, and I'll be glad to send it to you. So there's my email again, kenpbg@aol.com. Okay, 1 out of 10 individuals will respond back to you. This is immense, individuals. This is this is so immense, it's unbelievable. But now you wanted to thank them for telling you who their ideal referral would be. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to respond back to you and tell you who their ideal referral is, or they're not. All right? But the first thing you're going to do, all right, if they respond back, is to find an article in heehow.com and simply paste it and tell them, let you know what they think of it. Again, you're trying to get them to respond again, because you don't want to try to sell them as soon as they respond, because they're waiting and thinking this is what you're trying to do. Again, it's about building relationships. Now, those of you in my coaching program, and if you ever join my coaching program, I give you license to build that relationship with many of the things with my ebooks and what have you that you can forward. For those that respond, you want to thank them for telling you about it. All right? And if they haven't responded, you want to follow up every 4 weeks with a follow-up message. And here's a follow-up message, so write it down. This is an email that I put together that works very, very well. Normally, about when you send this follow-up message, about 82% of the individuals will now respond back to you. So take a moment, write it down, and again, you're going to get a copy of this replay of the webinar, so you can always pause it here and write it down in your leisure where you can understand your handwriting. Okay, let's go on. But with this connection message, I get a 62% response rate. Unbelievable. That's why I titled this webinar 62% of the individuals. Everybody is on LinkedIn for one reason only: to get referrals. I'm sure all of you will agree with me on that. And to make sales. All right? With our messages, you have just opened the door for those individuals. And now they will bond with us if you continue to build that relationship. And again, it's all about building a relationship with those individuals. Now, here's some very important tips for you. You want to send the message to your second or third level connections only. Now, a lot of you have a lot of other individuals. So what I normally do, where before you saw the 4 boxes, instead of clicking on group members, I'll just click on second connection and third connection. So that'll eliminate all of the individuals that are in that group that are already on your first level. I want you to do at least 10 or more of this every day. Individuals in my coaching program tell me what I've just showed you takes them less than 30 seconds a day to do. It takes you less than a minute a day to do. I mean, it's just unbelievable. There's no excuse for you not to do this. But you can send up to a maximum of 50 requests within each 24-hour period. I kind of say go to 40 and that's it. Don't go above 40. Now, you're probably going to want to hire a virtual assistant to do this for you, as I have. My virtual assistant does all my LinkedIn connection messages and what have you. A VA spending an hour a day, all right, to send out 125 messages a week. All right? What are the benefits of using LinkedIn? It's an inexpensive way of building your pipeline and building your community. You get more prospective clients by joining groups and sending new connections. You get a systematic way of doing lead generation and increasing referrals from your new connections. According to my subscribers in my coaching program, just listen to this. They're getting up to 62% response rate also on the connection messages on LinkedIn. For example, if you or the virtual assistant send out 100 messages per month, you'll get up to 62 prospects that you can build a relationship with, and now you can present your product or service to. That is absolutely phenomenal. But I just want to mention a little bit about my coaching program. You know, what would it be worth to receive step-by-step instructions? You're going to get every month a new module with new strategies to help you create more customers. We're going to have a monthly conference call where we have live question and answering things on the month's module or any questions that an individual might have. Plus, you get access to the conference call where most individuals put it in their iTunes and they listen to the conference call over and over because they tell me they hear ideas that they didn't think they heard when they were first listening to it. But it's only $20 a month. But I'm going to tell you this. I will guarantee you that you will get 10 to 25 new prospects per month. Here's the website for the coaching program. It's www.buildyourbusinessfast.com. Now, I'm going to guarantee you that after you sign up, you're going to have, it's going to be a game changer for building your business. But I'm going to guarantee you that after you receive the first module, if you don't feel it's worth the $20, just send me an email and I'll return the $20 to you. I think that's highly fair enough. So I hope that all of you are going to go to the coaching program and take advantage of it. But it's www.buildyourbusinessfast.com.